Hello everybody, how are you all doing? Hello everybody, how are you all doing? I'm absolutely fine here. And friends, today we are going to talk about the Hong Kong and Chinese relations. So friends, let's dive deeper into this topic. Let's go. Now friends, I'll get straight to the point, alright? So you see, July 1, 2022 will mark the 25th anniversary of Hong Kong coming under Chinese governance, under Chinese domain. You see. And this thing actually happened because Deng Xiaoping actually gave Hong Kong a 50-year guarantee that China will definitely not intervene in its financial status, and its administrative status. Now, friends, many people at that time actually thought that this, intricate system of one country and two administrative systems, this system of one country and two administrative systems is not going to last long. But they were in for a big shock, of course, because more than 24 years have passed and Hong Kong is thriving if we do not take into account several, small disturbances, right? But now, friends, we can see that China is striving to gain control over Hong Kong. Yes. It seems as if China is thinking that, the 50-year mark is just too long, right? We want control over Hong Kong now. And the reasons are pretty obvious and simple, Hong Kong is a thriving state. Thriving state. It's a very powerful, although it does not have its own, very powerful military or something. But you see, the resources which one can get by capturing Hong Kong, by having control over Hong Kong's financial, what do we call it? The financial area. If one has control over Hong Kong's finance, then one will be rich. Yes, then one will be very rich. And we know why. Hong Kong is thriving in trade. Yes, there are tremendous trade resources there, and that's why China is actually trying to make Hong Kong bow before its knees. But you see, the problem is not just so easy. You see, the administrative systems are completely different. As I, said recently, that this is a system of one country and two administrative systems. Yes, so that's why you see China is an authoritarian country and Hong Kong is a capitalist state. All these things are going on. So you see, these two countries or states are completely different in their administrations. Yes, they have completely different administrative systems, right? And that's why the situation is not that easy for anyone to handle. But now China is trying to gain control over Hong Kong. China is really trying, it is trying to do things in Hong Kong to make the people feel Chinese presence there, to make them feel that you are Chinese now, like you are under Chinese domain now and all of that. It's trying to gain control over Hong Kong. Yes, and why? I gave you the reasons. I'll not repeat them. Now friends, on December 23rd, actually, a Chinese construction crew removed the Pillar of Shame from the Hong Kong University, which has been there since 1997. You see, and now from this thing, what can we see? It's pretty simple, isn't it? China is actually not only trying to, dive into its financial resources, but it's also trying to influence the public, the people of Hong Kong. It's trying to influence them. It's trying to make the Hong Kong people leave their old traditions and customs and join the Chinese way of things. It's trying that thing now. Yes. And yes, it's trying those things. Now friends, you guys might be wondering that what is China saying for its actions? You see, now last year a security bill was passed in the Chinese parliament, and China is actually saying that we are doing these things in Hong Kong, because of that security bill. But when a person will dive into this, into this topic, they will instantly know that these activities are much more to do than just security. Yes, because you see, Hong Kong is no threat at all to China. China is a growing economy, it's a growing economy, and it's competing with America, the United States. Yes, it's fighting for the tag of the superpower. Yes, it has reached that level, then Hong Kong is just nothing, right? And now a question arises, and it's a very good question, I think, that why is China not using military power in Hong Kong? Because China has vast resources. This vast resources. It has a great army, I must say. Yes, it has a very big army. Yes, a very big army. Yeah, so it can send some of its infantry there, and then China has a stockpile, a huge stockpile of, missiles and everything. So why is not China doing anything? Why is an authoritarian state sticking to diplomacy, right? When it can clearly win any battle against the another state. So the reason is the international pressure. The United Nations actually does not want all these things. What was the purpose of the United Nations? What was the purpose? That after World War II, United Nations can ensure that no, wars occur, like huge wars, right? And we can clearly see that its predecessor, the League of Nations, actually failed to do this thing. And the United Nations is striving to maintain peace throughout the world. There are minor conflicts, there are minor conflicts sometimes, but it's trying to maintain peace. And we can see there are no very big wars, there are no, very major wars going on right now, very major wars. No, there's no war going on like that. Why? Because of the United Nations. And that's why China is not able to attack, Hong Kong. It's not able to attack Hong Kong. And now there are also chances that the United States might also intervene for Hong Kong. The South China Sea. China is repeatedly trying to get a very strong hold there, to get a very good influence there, and the United States is continuously opposing it. And if it will start gaining territory, then that will be a very bad impression. That will be a question on the prestige of China. And secondly, US can interrupt. And you see, US has a very good weapon, its navy. Yes, and if US seals the South China Sea, about 60% of Chinese trade will stop. About 60%. And that will be a major drawback to the growing Chinese economy. So friends, I think that's it. Now, hope you enjoyed the video. Alright, so now I'm going to see you next time. So don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, and tap the bell icon also. And now I'm going to see you next time. Bye.